Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I'm Jerica. That's funny because that used to be my old intro, y'all, but here we are. How is everyone doing today? So glad you clicked on today's video. Y'all notice anything different? Your girl got her mic because I was like, y'all, the way I be doing these sit down videos, I gotta make sure y'all are hearing me. And today we are getting into a pretty good topic that I hope can honestly help you in every aspect of your life. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we are going to be getting into how we are becoming the top 1% of women. I personally don't think you just wake up and then magically have your life together or become one of those women that is considered in the top 1%. It's definitely more about the decisions that you make, even the small little habits, small little decisions that you make that continuously build over time. Okay. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how we're becoming that girl, that woman in real life and not just in theory. Because let's be honest, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But there's no reason why we can't all help each other figure things out. So we need to be intentional. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So boom. Number one, starting off super strong, guys, we are raising the standards. Okay? It's no longer going to give bare minimum. We are raising the standards for ourselves, for the ones around us, for the environments, for the spaces that we are putting ourselves in, raising the standard immediately. There's no way that you can expect a better life while accepting the same old things. Like how are you expecting to get here if you never leave here? Like it's just not going to work. So go ahead. You're going to have to think to yourself. You're really going to have to take a bit of a debrief and figure out what no longer aligns with me. And I feel like this is honestly a very hard conversation to have with yourself, but it is very much necessary because we are letting go of the things that no longer align with us. Not saying that they're bad, not saying that, it's always going to be negative, but sometimes some people just can't go where you're going, and that's okay. Okay, so next, we are choosing discipline over feelings every time. Y'all, a great example about this is I feel like I get asked the question so often, how do you work out every day? How do you eat well all the time? Like how do you wake up at 5 a.m.? Y'all think I'm having a good time? I'm not having a bad time. And I do think it's like my lifestyle. It's just like things I genuinely enjoy. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and act like I just love waking up before the sun every single day. Like if I could wake up at 7, go to the gym at 10, I would 100%. But that's a good example of how discipline comes into place. Like at some point you gotta let go of your feelings because your feelings are gonna hold you back every time. That discipline, oh yes, it's a much better look, a much better vibe when you allow your discipline to lead you to where you want to be. Forget them feelings because you're never gonna feel like it. I promise, you're never going to feel like it. But you know that you have goals, you have things that you want to accomplish, where you want to be. Let go of them feelings, let them feelings go, and get into that discipline, which honestly just takes practice. I will say, like, I can sit here and say, get up, even though you don't want to get up at 5 a.m., but it is going to take practice. It takes habits to like build this kind of consistency because I will say, like, when I do take breaks from the gym, like, say if I like have an injury or, events and stuff coming up, it does get kind of hard for like the first week getting back up and, getting back into the swing of things of waking up that early. It's not easy, but sometimes you just have to, like, literally when your eyes wake up, be like, okay, I don't care how I feel today. I want to care about how I feel, 6 months from now. Like that's the feeling I'm chasing there. But you're only gonna get there with that discipline. I'm telling you. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. Okay, so next, we're going to be investing in ourselves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't always mean financially. Well, I mean that's a perk too, y'all. But you know what I mean. Like you have to be able to invest in yourself. You're the biggest prize. You're your biggest asset. Your biggest investment. So thinking past financially, I mean, it goes deeper than that, honestly, y'all. So it's more so the things like what you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, what that TikTok feed looks like. Mm-hmm. What's on that TikTok feed? What's on that Instagram feed? How are you spending your free time? Are you just binge watching shows, Netflix? Are you binging shows? Are you watching Netflix? Are you eating a bunch of snacks? Like, what you got going on? Because your free time, you better tighten up with that free time. Because little do you realize, like, a lot of the things that you do, that you consume, that you read, that is like surrounding you, shapes you. Crazy, I know. It's all shaping who you're becoming. Like, Loki, like, if you're hanging around lazy people, you hanging around two lazy people, I guarantee you'll be the third. Guarantee you. Unless you're just a very strong individual, I will say that, you know? If you're hanging out with people that likes to go out and party all the time, more than likely you're going out and you're partying, you're drinking, you're doing all things that you don't need to be doing. You know, you're hanging out with people that can't seem to control their money. Unfortunately, your pockets will hurt just as much. Unfortunately, but you will probably spend money too. Just saying. Okay, next, we are going to be focusing on our own lane because look, they business don't pay you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but they business don't pay you. It ain't got they life. What they got going on ain't got nothing to do with you, where you want to be, and what you want to do with your life. Like you only get this one. Like I don't know why you would spend this one worried about, old girl in the back. I don't know why you would do that. But I know I feel like this is another like easier said than done thing when it comes to comparison, and especially in the world of social media. Y'all like don't even get me started. But I will say, comparison is a thief of joy. They never lied when they said that. It definitely is, and I know it could get hard, but you just have to realize that we're genuinely not all on the same journey. Like, plus, like what you're seeing online is never really the whole story. So like why would they post the bad part? Like genuinely, why would they tell you the part that they didn't want you to know or the part that might make them look bad? Why would they do that? I mean, some people might, but I'm just saying, majority, why would they do that? So we really have to let go of the thought of comparison. You don't need to be nowhere. You need to be exactly where you are. And if there's somewhere you want to be, that's your journey. That ain't got nothing to do with who's already there, who's on the way, who you skipping past on the way. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I promise. You just really need to lock in on yourself, kind of like block out the things. I'm not saying I feel like low key is inspirational for me anyways, to see people being able to do the things I do dream of doing. It can get, a bit discouraging when it's like, oh, like why can't that be me? But like at the end of the day, their journey's not your journey. So, you gotta kind of make with what you got. Okay, so next, protect that energy. Protect that energy. And I say this with love because you are a gym and not everyone deserves access to gyms. I mean, just think about the people that like drain you, the people that just kind of like suck the life out of you. Like you're really not that excited to be around. It's just a lot for you. You probably need to stop allowing access to yourself with those people. I promise you're going to feel a lot. I mean, they going to be mad at you. They going to point fingers. They going to talk about you for, never doing this, never wanting to do that, or be like, why you don't ever? It's because I like my peace. I'm quite happy over here, actually. Yeah. So peace, I would take peace over chaos any day. I don't know about y'all, but we're protecting our peace around here. 1000%. And lastly, guys, we are shifting our identity. Now, what does that mean, you might ask? I promise you are not going to wake up some random Wednesday and be the person that you want to be. It's going to take work. It really is. So having that shift in that identity and that mindset of like who you are and who you want to be. I always say this. I feel like I've been literally saying this since I started making videos. It's like you genuinely have to show up as who you want to be. I mean, they say that being Delulu is the Salulu, and I couldn't agree more, honestly. So, yeah, you don't get nowhere by waiting. You literally get nowhere by waiting. Like, it is going to take action, habits, things, showing up for yourself each and every day, like making those conscious decisions of like things that actually serve you. Like, you're not going to be able to be the same person. Like, as hard as that is to say, like, you're just not. And it's not going to work. Like, you can't be the same person and think you're going to also be the higher version, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. So I would say go ahead and make the decision of who you want to be and figure out how to align, how to be her. What does she do when she wakes up? What does she do when she goes to work? How does she talk? How does she dress? How does she wear her hair? How does she wear her nails? What kind of job does she do? What kind of friend group does she have? All the things. Like, you need to look, we need a notebook. Now, I'm not saying by any means that I am fully in the top 1%, but I'm just kidding. But I think there is joy in the journey of trying to kind of like find yourself and to just reach for that level of highness. Untouchable. You're untouchable up there. So you might as well, you better scurry. You better get up there. And if you are also a girly on this journey, just know that you're not alone. You're not behind. You're quite literally building. And this is a very important part of becoming exactly who you want to be, is the building process. Very humbling. Very humbling, I will say. So I am so glad to be on this journey with y'all. I really hope that you make it. I hope you make it to the top. I hope you become everything your heart desires. But it is going to start with being that 1% of the people that are doing all the things that nobody else wants to do. Okay. You can't be different if you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. So lock in with that and do with that information what you will. But with that being said, guys, that is it for my little ramble for today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.